Hey, Patriots, how you doing today? Busy day for me today. I already did 2 recordings ready to go tomorrow, the next day. But then I just watched this video. And I go, with all the negative stuff out there all the time, we need to be uplifted once in a while too. And I go, you know what? I need to make a quick video to get people to go out there and watch this. This is all good news. Nick is a great interviewer. Michelle Fielding is a channeler. I've been watching Nick, since I think the beginning, his YouTube days. He might still, I don't know if he's still on YouTube. Probably not. And then I saw Michelle Fielding, back around the same time. I think I saw them both on a Charlie Ward show years ago. And then she's great. She puts out little videos on her channel now, here and there also. But I think some of her best work is when she goes on with Nick Veniamin. And the last really good one they did was maybe a year ago. Pretty much when I started. I think I started about a year and a half ago. I mostly read from Real Raw News and put other videos on and then talk about them. All right. So this is going to be pretty quick. I figured the best way to entice you to go see this is maybe I'll just we'll just hit a couple of spots and we'll make this maybe like a 5-10 minute video. Hopefully that'll tease you enough and you'll go over there and you'll watch the whole thing on your own. I'm not going to make an 1.5 hour recording when you can get better sound.
Hello and welcome. Today we've got Michelle Fielding, and today
second time around we still don't seem to have those results to hand in an absolute way. So I wanted to find out what the delay is. What is the strategy? Why does this keep happening? And so that's basically what I've got
I think she's talking about the elections
for you today. They were sort of showing me in my visions that it was still something to do with the technology of Starlink, which we did talk about at the last election. I said to you about a year ago when we talked about the quantum generation, that the delays with finding election results were because they were still trying to get the technologies up to speed so that when they do eventually turn everything around, we're ready to go with the new system.
Let's skip up ahead. Like I said, I'm just going to make this quick. Hopefully it'll entice you enough to get you over there. I think everyone should see this. There's enough doom and gloom out there. And I don't try to put doom and gloom out there. I just try to report what's going on out there and wake people up. We need people to wake up. And there's nothing to worry about. We've already won this war. A lot of this is for show, and she even says it. So another reason to watch it. Is he falling asleep here? Oh, she is too. Sorry. Love you both. Oops, Clay. Oh, come on, Mousy.
They're saying that Starlink connectivity is overseen by Space Force, and it will revolutionize every aspect of Earth's existence, including military and police operations. They said that all countries will need to be signed in before this technology can go fully live. And then at that point, governments, banks, if they're still there at that point, and any outdated bureaucratic organizations, they can and will be collapsed, as the Starlink will then take over the reins. They're saying that the
Okay, so there's so much information on here, and she goes through so much. At the end, he asks some questions. He asks good questions. We're talking about flying cars here in the future. Everything is going to change. Our lives are going to get so much better. It's going to take a few years, but as it gets to a certain point, she said 2026, a lot's going to be coming out. So don't freak out and go, oh, I got to wait 4 more years. No, okay. She'll explain it. There's a railway system that can take you from one end of the Earth to the other in 1 hour. So my wife just went to Japan, 12-hour flight. So imagine leaving here, San Francisco, going to Japan and being there in 1 hour. You could actually go to work or have a date out there like they were saying. It was pretty funny. And zip back home, right? Great stuff on this. So like I said, I don't want to make this too long. I just want to entice people to go out there. The only thing that I think Nick dropped the ball on at the end, and he didn't really drop the ball. He did good. And I didn't know this about him. I'm real into cars and I like hot rods and stuff. And so does he. I didn't know that before. He goes, you know, I like these beautiful exotic cars and fast cars and stuff. And she's going, well, you know, we're going to be flying, zipping around. You can, or you're going to be on rails possibly, or it's going to be computerized. You can't get in accidents. It's going to be hand-free. He goes, yeah, but I still want to drive. She goes, well, you can still drive, but there won't be a chance of an accident. Where I think he dropped it is like with me, with my car, I still want to drive my car. And I think that's what he was hinting at. And unfortunately, he didn't push her one last time and go, can I still drive my car? Or are we going to get certain cars and they all look like crap? You know what I mean? Like you see in those future movies. So I think that's where he was going, and he didn't go that extra step. I wish he would have. But I have a feeling it's going to be a free world, not just a free country. It's going to be a free world. No borders. You can go back and forth. You're going to have some kind of an number or a code that's going to be only work for you. It's going to have everything for you. Everything's going to work on it. I guess your car, your laptop, whatever. She said all kinds of stuff. All right, we'll let them talk a few more times. You don't want to listen to me. You want to listen to them, right? He's sleeping again. They're both.
What did they say they are? So they are saying that this was set up in 1945 and that the people inside of the UN are China, France, Russia, the UK, and the United States.
So she goes on this one for a while. The UN, everybody knows, was there to help the world. 1 year later, it got taken over, and it was money laundering and everything else. She said NATO, the same thing, but the UN has already been taken over. NATO's been taken over. And I've heard this from other channels also. Channels, not channels like she is, right? She's amazing, by the way. I highly recommend you watch this vid.
Michelle, some people think this sounds all like, you know, especially when we talk about the technology, it sounds like New World Order, but you've really said many times that this is about freedom, it's about peace. And I think that we need to have an open mind where we're going technologically, because we've been so suppressed from technology and moving forward technologically, and we can't help evolve anyway, especially when we look at something like Atlantis, where they had very, very high tech. And, you know, if we're going to get rid of the deep state, which is who they got rid of in the first place, we should be going back to that, you know, back to freedom, back to peace, back to higher consciousness, you know, where what Atlantis was, and not doing things or creating things for money, but simply to give back to the community, to create, to do things with love. That's why we see the Tartarian buildings look amazing. And today we have buildings that look very plain and boring, because everything is to do with money. So I'm not going to ask you too much on that. Now, I want to talk about 2024, about Trump becoming president. So you're going
to have to watch it to find out. Maybe one more time, and then we'll
ancestors
keep it
use
short.
To force the pineal gland to open. And DMT forces the pineal gland to open. And we all have this ability, and we all have the ability to produce DMT naturally through meditation. And this allows the pineal gland to open, and we can access parallel universes, and we can ask questions, and we have visions.
Okay. I don't want to go too much further than that. I will say that I think what he was getting at was there are going to be, first of all, the earth is going to be divided into 4 pieces: north, south, east, and west. And they're each going to have their commander in chief, so to speak. but they're all going to be working together. It's going to work with Starlink and Space Force. It's amazing time that's coming forward. I highly recommend you watch this. I really enjoyed it. She's terrific. She's got a great track record for things coming true. She's nailed a lot of things in the past, and I've seen them. Take one, for instance. A year ago, she said that Facebook was going to be renamed. Well, what happened, right? Meta, or something like that. And then she's made other predictions with Trump and Elon Musk way in advance. So do yourself a favor and go watch this. All right. And if you like their video, give them a like and subscribe. Nick's got lots of good guests and stuff. He's a good guy to have. And she's got a channel here too on Rumble. By the way, this is on Rumble. See, Rumble, Nicholas Veniamin and Michelle Fielding. I'm sure they got other things to go here, right? No, that's it. Probably right here, right? No, no, he didn't put up her link. She's here, but I think she might be under another name. If you type it into the computer or go on YouTube or something, yeah, you'll figure it out. Okay. With that being said, thanks for watching. Be cool, stay cool, and lift up your spirits. Okay. Don't be so down. Even though things don't look good, we've won this war. A lot of this is for show. A lot of reports that you see and a lot of stuff that's happening. It's happened a long time ago. All right. We got this. God's on our side. Take care, everyone.